Another story of the Legend of the West. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm talking about our buddy Darrell.
Does he have a brother named Darrell?
I think he might have two of them.
Two brothers named Darrell?
Kill these elk down in Muddy Park.
I don't want to see your ass.
This guy does not know how to clean elk. He's down there putting... I had mine gutted.
Clean it like a fish? Clean it or what?
Gut it, clean it, however you want. Skin it, butcher it, whatever you want. Debone it. Doesn't know what he's doing. I got mine gutted.
Get your ass out of the way.
I get over there. I start helping him with his. You know, we get it all gutted, get the skin off and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pack this load out. Pack my load out. I'm like, oh, you know, hurting a little bit. Come back in. This guy's down there. He's putting his meat in 5-gallon Ziploc baggies. Not in game bags, Ziploc baggies.
He's making sure it doesn't get dirty, man.
He doesn't want to get bad. So I'm like, all right, you know, this whatever. And I'm like, all right. So we got both the rifles. When I was coming back in, he fell on my rifle and broke my scope.
On yours?
On my rifle, not his, mine, of course.
Why was he carrying your gun, Wes?
Because it was still down on the bottom. Because I was packing out 80 pounds of meat on my back.
And you couldn't carry your gun? It wasn't that important to you?
Well, I figured I'd rather have it down there in case he needed to shoot something with it, because he can't shoot straight. So I'm coming back down that steep stuff, and he's coming up, and he's like, "Yeah, I fell," and he had this little day pack. I mean, it's smaller than Rob's pack right there. I mean, just teeny tiny little pack.
That's a big pack.
That's a big pack.
Okay, but he had it.
Well, but
put 3 of mine in that.
He probably had maybe 30 pounds of meat in his pack.
30.
So we get back to camp. I'm like, all right, man, we're gonna go in there tomorrow. We're gonna pack these things out. And we thought it'd be a good idea to go up the snowmobile road and then cut all the way down the drainage, which was a terrible mistake. It took us like 2 hours to get there. I'm ticked off, and so we're there, and he's just slow. He just didn't know what he was doing, which is, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. It's not that you're stupid, you just didn't know what you're doing. And I was like, all right, you know, so I'm like, you know, like mine's already done. Mine's like ready to go up the mountain and get it out of there. And I'm looking, I mean, he's like, you know, taking silver skin off, you know, he's doing all the stuff you don't need to be doing in the field. So I'm like, all right, Darrell, hey man, we gotta get this, you know, we gotta get, and I finally just basically took charge and I just got it done. And I'm like, all right, man, let's pack this stuff out. And he knew we were packing it out when we went in there. He opens his backpack. He pulls out like a couple pairs of gloves, an atlas. He had a fucking Colorado Atlas, the book Atlas. He pulled it out of his backpack, and I was like, I saw him do that, and I was just like, oh my God, this is not cool.
He didn't want to get lost.
And I was like, all right. I was like, hey man, you know, fill your stuff up, let's go.
Toilet paper and a binder.
Yeah. I was like, so we get up here after this whole day of me butchering these elk. They just rolled into camp, and I'm pissed. I'm like super pissed.
Did you drink some whiskey?
You know what? It was so freaking cold, I couldn't. I was trying to have a celebratory beer, and my hand was shaking too bad. I just crawled in my tent. I was sleeping in a tent.
Ass is in the way.
In this roundabout right here, there was like 12 or 18 inches of snow on the ground. I got to -12 that night.
-12?
My sleeping bag, and I was sleeping on top of a sleeping bag. So I was just, all my clothes were on, just miserable. So we pull up.
Speaking of sleeping,
these guys are all happy, you know, because, you know, it's the first day of the hunt. And they're all, hey, how's it going? You guys got some shit? And I'm like not even talking to anybody. Like everybody's off doing their own. Darrell's bullshitting with his girlfriend. And, oh yeah, well I'm gonna head back down to Fort Collins or whatever because I gotta work. And I'm like, oh great, okay man. So he takes off. Gets back about 3-4 days later. I don't know, it probably wasn't that long. It was like 2 or 3 days.
We got here on Monday. He came back on Friday.
Oh, so
yeah, so it was a ways. And finally, he was able to get that freaking horse in the trailer. So we get that. Okay, I forgot about this part. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now we got a horse. Done deal. We're gonna be able to get up there, get him out, no problem. He's got on freaking cowboy boots because his boots won't fit in his stirrups, and his horse is not a very good horse, so he can't ride it. So we get about, I don't know, about 50 yards up this hill, and he gets off his horse, and there's just no grip on the bottom of cowboy boots. It's like every footstep he was falling over, and I'm just walking behind him like, you got a horse, man. Just don't put your foot in the stirrups. Ride it, man. Just ride this thing.
Cowboy ride?
We get it up to the top, and he's like, I ain't taking my horse down in there. And I'm like, alright, man, that's fine. Get back down in there, same thing. He still doesn't have a backpack. I'm the one with the freaking backpack. So I had to lug it all the way up. I had to make you helped me once. You helped me with one load, which I just about died on. This guy Darrell, man.
Darrell's your buddy, though. Don't you guys hunt together all the time?
Oh, God. I don't even know if I...
Did you get some sun on that shit place?
Oh, yeah. Well, so anyways, while he was gone, I was down there just getting everything quartered up, butchered, ready to...
Ziploc bags.
Yeah, I was putting it in 5-pound Ziploc baggies.
And did you take all the silver skin out?
Yeah, I was making sure everything was clean. You just throw it on the grill. You didn't need to do anything.
Yeah, the butcher didn't have to touch it.
But I was down there probably for, 7 hours that day? 6 hours?
Was it cold?
You were down there all day.
I was down there all day. Sun shining off the snow.
I like that lantern right now.
My freaking eyeballs were burnt. My face was burnt. I have never been so upset with somebody.
On your next Legend of the West story, will you stand by the heater so I can get a better video of it? Because I want to hear about your night last night.